Hey, welcome back to another episode of Crash Course State History, and I'm your host, Eleanor Kelman, and you're in for a good old party. This episode is about the Yakima and Spokane Wars. Yay! Ew. The Yakima Wars were from 1855 to 1858, and they were located in the Washington territories. So how did this all start? Shh. Oh, whoops, we're in a library. Gotta be quiet. This started because the government and the settlers were being very unfriendly towards the Native American tribes, you know? They were just really not kind. They kicked them out of their homes and took away their land and made unreasonable treaties, and it just wasn't cool. So on October 5th, 1855, there was an attack on Chief Kamiakin and his warriors. The Yakima Indians were in a treaty with the white settlers, but they thought it was really unfair that the white settlers were able to come onto their land. So one day, the Yakima Indians found gold panners on their land, and so they knew that if they found gold, then the government would come and take their land away. So the Yakima Indians decided to kill the gold panners. Then a federal Indian agent came to discover the truth about the miners, and then the Yakima Indians killed them too. The natives knew that killing 3 white men would result in repercussions from the government. They decided to gather allies from nearby tribes. The battle occurred at Topanish Creek on October 6, 1855. The battle resulted in the U.S. retreating to gather reinforcements. The next significant battle was at Union Gap on November 9, 1855. It resulted in insignificant casualties for both parties. The U.S. Army soldiers were looking for Kamiakin and his men and any other Indians to fight. They couldn't find any. The U.S. Army built Fort Simcoe to house troops and to monitor the Yakima Indians' activity. Yay! For the rest of 1856, there was peace throughout the Washington area. Many people were still unhappy with the terms of the Walla Walla Council Treaty, but they lived with it anyway because there was nothing they could do. It's time for the open letter. Thank you. Oh look, it's a telephone! Dear white settlers, you communicate on a phone, but I know you don't have those yet. I wanted to tell you that if you had communicated much better with the Native Americans, things would have been a lot better for all of you. So, sorry you don't have phones though. Sincerely, Eleanor.
Another significant Indian settler war was the Spokane War. All accounts was in 1855. The Spokane Indians attended, but they did not sign a treaty.
The Spokane Indians refused to sign any treaties or establish any reservations. The Spokane Indians did this because they had a lot of power and they also didn't participate in the Yakima Wars, and they wanted to protect their land.
Nice.
However, in 1858, the Spokane Indians found gold prospectors on their land. Let's go to the thought bubble. So, to prevent that, they confronted the soldiers with their allies in May of 1858.
You opened on the spring.
And after they gathered near...
Ew. I grabbed up the whole branch. Sound effects.
The U.S. Army soldiers were looking for Kamiakin and his men, but couldn't find... Army soldiers were looking for Kamiakin and his men and any other Indians that wanted to fight. They couldn't find any. But then the U.S. Army built Fort Simcoe.
Eleanor, what are you doing?
I'm warming my face because it's cold.
Okay. Wait, what?